Introducing the 28th Amendment requiring members of Congress to abide by laws that they pass. I think I know what this is about. Let me have you answer that question. What is this about?
Well, it was interesting. A couple years ago, Congress did the 50th anniversary celebration of the 1964 Civil Rights Act, which was maybe the most significant piece of legislation in all the 20th century. So Congress is kind of patting itself on the back, you know, look at this great legislation we did, and that's fine and dandy, but Congress actually exempted itself from the 1964 Civil Rights Act. And so we've seen recently where although Obamacare statutorily applies to Congress through administrative rule, Congress has been able to get out of that, and they're getting subsidies that are not authorized by the law. I think when you have that, when there are different rules in Washington for the rest of the country, I think that's toxic because we're a small R Republican form of government. People who get elected or appointed to serve in the executive branch or who are part of the government, they're not better than any other citizen. And so I think this would be a good, I think it would be political hygiene to try to start reforming the culture up there. And it would handcuff the Congress so that if you do have a major piece of legislation, they wouldn't even be able to think about exempting themselves.
You know, we had Congressman Ted Yoho with us just a couple of weeks ago. I saw that he is also supporting this, legislation, if you will, to impeach the IRS commissioner, and basically saying this is when the IRS was illegally targeting conservatives or what have you. What is this measure all about?
Well, and it's how the IRS has responded to the congressional investigation.
Is that really the call for impeachment, is how they responded to the investigation?
Yes, because we were trying to get the information so that we could hold people accountable for the underlying offenses. And I would just tell taxpayers, we just had tax season. If the IRS subpoenaed documents from you, if you were being audited and you destroyed them, if the IRS was asking you questions and you lied to the IRS, is there any way you would ever be able to get away with it? I think every taxpayer instinctively knows, of course not. Well, in the course of this investigation, we subpoenaed Lois Lerner's emails, the IRS official at the center of the targeting scandal, not once but twice. And the IRS destroyed over 400 backup tapes containing up to 24,000 of Lois Lerner's emails. The commissioner has testified in front of Congress multiple times and has made statements that are demonstrably false. And they didn't even do the basic due diligence to try to get Congress the information. For example, they didn't look at Lois Lerner's BlackBerry. That'd be an obvious place to look. They didn't even drive to the warehouse that has all the backup tapes so that they could find. So you actually had the Inspector General was bringing some of the information to us that we requested from the IRS. So here, the bottom line is this. You cannot have a high official operating under a lower standard of conduct than the standard he applies to the taxpayers that he audits. It's just that simple.
I hear your background as an attorney coming through there. Let's do the investigation to find out.